Our world celebrates speed, quick results, instant gratification, fast content. But what happens when we do actually take time? Hello and welcome to Wednesday Wandering with me, Cate Field. That's wandering about stuff, not just wandering off. This is a place where we explore creativity, inspiration, and the deeper rhythms of an artistic life. And today we are slowing down, and I need to because I am not feeling 100%. I have gone down with a bug. And this is probably the universe telling me something, because our world celebrates speed, quick results, instant gratification, fast content. But what happens when we do actually take time? What happens when we step away from the rush and we allow art, writing and creativity to unfold slowly? So today, I want to wonder about slow art, why developing creativity and making art takes time, and why that's a good thing. There is a pressure to create quickly. Our culture seems to value productivity over process, speed over depth. Social media is full of those time-lapse videos of paintings completed in minutes, and I have been a little bit guilty of posting these, I admit, and they are beautiful to look at. But when we get writers sharing their daily word counts and makers rushing to keep up with trends, do I care about trends? Not really. They're quite interested. They're quite interesting, but I've never been one to jump on the latest fashion trend, and I'm not going to start now. And you're probably not either, because there's this unspoken message, isn't there? If you're not producing quickly, you're falling behind. And this, I feel, is dangerous thinking. Great art, deep, resonant, soulful art, takes time. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke once wrote, "A work of art is good if it has sprung from necessity. In this way alone can one judge it." Necessity, not speed. Art is not about how fast we create, but how fully we engage with the process. And actually, it's not just about great art. Any art takes time, whether we're just beginning or a fully fledged master. We need to take time. So let's explore this idea of the art of slowness and learn from a few of my favourite women artists and writers. Many female artists and writers have embraced this idea of slowness, not as a limitation, but as a choice, a form of resistance against the world's urgency. Virginia Woolf, of course, how I love her. She wrote To the Lighthouse. She wrote To the Lighthouse, over 2 years, from 1925, when she started writing her notes and things, to publishing it in 1927. Revising and refining, she allowed this wonderful novel to breathe and to grow organically. She understood that deep reflection and patience leads to a more powerful work. Georgia O'Keeffe, known for her wonderful luminous paintings of flowers and landscapes, often spent months on a single painting, waiting for the right moment of inspiration to return to the canvas. And she once said, "Nobody sees a flower, not really. It's so small, we haven't time, and to see takes time. To see takes time." Leonora Carrington, the surrealist painter and writer, spent decades refining her vision allowing symbols and myths and imagery to evolve naturally in her work. And her creativity was a lifelong journey, not a hurried destination. And I feel these artists remind us that time is not the enemy of creativity. It's the soil in which it grows. So why does creativity take time? There are deep biological and psychological reasons, I feel, why creativity flourishes in slowness. And this is because the mind needs space to wander. Our imagination thrives when the mind is given space, when we step away, when we reflect and allow ideas to germinate. Neuroscientists call this the incubation period, the time when ideas take root beneath the surface before kind of emerging fully formed. And the depth of work increases when we give it time. The difference between rushed work and slow, intentional work is depth. The artist and writer who returns to their work after a few weeks or months sees new possibilities. The writer who lets a piece rest discovers what needs to change. Mistakes become part of the process. I talk about mistakes all the time in my art tutorials. They are essential. When we slow down, we stop fearing mistakes. We see them as part of the journey. Places where creativity can whisper to us, saying, go on, try again, you've got it, look deeper, reimagine. Our creative souls need rest. The creative process is not linear. You don't kind of start here and work your way up. It needs moments of rest, retreat, and silence. So I see it like nature, having seasons. Winter is not wasted time, it's preparation and rest. Let's explore a different way of creating, the practice of slow art. Instead of rushing, we allow our creativity to unfold naturally. I have a few gentle creative practices that you might like to try. Paint, sketch, or write without a deadline. Give yourself permission to create without urgency. Keep a creative journal. Let ideas develop over time rather than forcing them into a final form. Yes, we do need deadlines for some things, but not everything. Take slow, observing walks. Notice the small details, the way the light moves across a building, the pattern of a tree's bark, the shift in colour at dusk. Let these moments sink in. Let work rest. If you feel blocked, put your work aside for a few days and return to it with fresh eyes. Breathe into the process. Creativity is not a race. It's an unfolding. Trust that your best work will come in its own time. Give yourself the gift of slowness. The French philosopher Simone Weil wrote, "Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity." Slow art is a form of attention to our craft, to ourselves, to the world. It's an act of faith, trusting that what is meant to emerge will emerge. So, as you move through your own creative journey, ask yourself, what would happen if I slowed down? If I trusted the process? If I allowed time to be my ally and not my enemy? I would love to hear your thoughts. How do you embrace slowness in your creative practice? Let's continue this conversation. Perhaps you'd like to leave a comment and share how you might like to share with other people how you might do this. How you're going to take a moment in this week to create without hurry. And if you have enjoyed this, perhaps you'd like to like and subscribe. It would be lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, good things take time. Bye-bye.